Hello, you beautiful people. I am your amazing friend, Kevin. This is your Divine Daily Blast. Let's get right to the cards, the moon, and all those things I like to bring you every day. It is becoming a bit of a push, not an effort, not a challenge, to stay buoyant and positive in a social climate that is pointing in a really dismal direction. In other words, how do you find light, joy, creativity, fun, all of those things when the majority of our fellow human beings are facing fear there? For me, I try to get as creative as I possibly can. I try to start the day off by inviting magic and miracles into my life. This coming out to you every single morning with something to start you on the front foot, not the back foot, is my way of starting off the day right. I have long since refrained from watching network news or news cycles. However, I will say, since YouTube is my only social platform, it's seeping into that. Every so often, a news feed will come with a headline that, my human habits are to click on it. And of course, then goes the algorithms, and then more of the same shows up. I am just like now thinking, just this morning I saw a post from somebody I know and I like and I care about, and that was in what I consider to be the ditch of fear. And I have found myself for the long time deciding whether or not, and I think I'm going to pull the plug on some of the other social media sites. I ask myself, how is this contributing to mankind? How is it contributing to my fellow humans as a whole? How is this sharing peace and love and miracles? And maybe I sound a little bit hippy dippy here, but I really have to ask myself, is there a point to reading this, thinking this, watching this? And if there isn't, if it doesn't make my soul sing, if I'm not thinking, wow, that lady that man or that person just inspired me, then what am I doing? That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, enough. Let's get to the cards of the day. I'll get off my soapbox now. A wonderful angel numerology number 22 day. This is a master builder. The number 22 brings us angelic influences. Now, it will reduce to a 4, but it carries the characteristics of 4 amplified. It's a sense that the energy of a 22 translates to anything being possible and everything being accomplished. The 22 energy is mega practical with huge benefits, huge plans. There's absolutely nothing to fret, nothing to worry about. Put all of your trust into the angelic realm. Pull out the Magician card and the King of Swords if you want to get a tarot reference for it. Call upon Archangel Raguel with the elements of the Taurus in that Gemini, that kind of energy. And more importantly, God the Divine. Moving on. Monday, March the 9th, we have the moon in Sagittarius. Positive thinking might have been a bit of a cliche, but it triggers the law of attraction and makes changes in our lives. Think positively today. Mercury is meeting Jupiter under the optimistic Sagittarian moon. What else can I say about today? I am vibrating with the energy of wealth and abundance. I am love, I am God, I am worthy, I am infinite. All of these things work. A message from Archangel Haniel. As the grace of God, I can help you connect with your ability to manifest magic through the divine feminine. I am connected with the power of the divine feminine. Harmony and magic fill my life. You're all of these things. Think of how you feel as you read and listen to these upbeat, positive messages. What would be the point of my delivering more doom and gloom, more darkness and debauchery? What would be the point of my filling you with fear? No, 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 my friends. I had to work on that. I really did. There were times when I sit and think, I don't know how I'm going to keep going. How do I keep doing this? But somehow, some way, it happens. It works. Let's see. Water Guardians are here all week. Their activation message. Water Guardian, I trust my emotions and let them flow with ease. Also working with the lovely Archangel Haniel. If I had to have an image, it would be this. Haniel flows with the moon, but there's a flow to it. Not necessarily water flow, but that's a big part of the Water Guardians, but just a flow in general. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to let our emotions flow as they should. We also have the divine magic of our master, Thoth. The teacher awakens, the student becomes the master. I spoke yesterday a little bit about what Thoth represents. Basically saying that we're no longer students, we are the teacher. We are teaching other people to lift their hearts, their minds through whatever we do. Our writing, poetry, pointing people to a movie, even just making a suggestion that would help people feel better, you become the teacher. There are lessons to be learned from all the events in our lives. These are the greatest gifts to anyone who receives them. We take the time to create a plan of action and put down in writing what you intend for yourself and then what you intend for the universe. Now, for those who don't know, Thoth is an ancient Egyptian ibis-headed god. Ibis being this really what looks like a collar. But you see, it's working with a third eye and working with the light straight up to the divine. Now, Thoth is acknowledged for the sacred scribe who actually created the art of writing. At one time, he was considered to be the maintainer of the Egyptian universe. And he's a priest king of Atlantis, dedicating his life to leading the Atlantean people in a loving, kind, caring way, but also being firm. There's a firmness to it and a fairness to it. The challenge was, no matter how hard he tried to direct his Atlanteans, many of them didn't obey the spiritual laws that brought a cataclysmic end to their civilization. Everything has a consequence, my friends, everything. And now in the Western magical community, which we're in now, which all of us are part of, Thoth is seen as a powerful spiritual guardian who can help us understand how to work with this energy. The power of our will. Thoth is a mastermind behind the Hermetic texts. Ancient Greeks knew him as Hermes, Trismegistus, the Roman Mercury, if you will. And when you feel called to this master, which we're being called this week, it's because divine magic is unfolding, unveiling in our world, and we're ready to write the stories of our lives. Now, Louise Hay today says, I enjoy meditation. Going within helps alleviate stress and allows me to hear what the universe wants me to know. Here we have the 10 of Cups. Now, what does the 10 of Cups have to tell us? This is really about home and hearth. It's really emotional memories, families and friends, a reminder of how precious time with them and experiences with them are. And this card speaks to safety and security of those we trust, creating memories that are going to last a lifetime. There is a bittersweet note that goes along with the Ten of Cups, which is shown in here by this book. See how this book, the pages are all open, they're flitting through. That's the bittersweet memory. The time passes, memories fade, and our own page will have turned at some point. Perhaps the ultimate meaning of this tarot card is at the end of a journey, the end of a cozy hearth, and maybe faithful new friends await. I think this also goes to show, when we experience losses, pets, people, ancestors that go into spirit, there's a sadness. There's a sadness that says, I wish I'd spent more time with this person, that person, or the other person. And I have long held the energy that just because a person left their physical body and left their adventure on this earth doesn't mean to say that the love they have for all of us died with it. No, they are still with us, and the biggest celebration we can give them is to wish them well on their journey into spirit, and to ask, invite, suggest that we're happy that they transitioned, and we'd like for them to come be with us more, spend time with us more. They can go anywhere we want them to go. When I started doing more of that and practicing the energy of my ascended friends and masters, I almost imagine them in the back seat of the vehicle when I'm going on a journey. Or imagine them being with me if I have to take a longer journey that I'm not really sure what the way is. Show me the way. Tell me where I've got to go. Or if I have to make a decision about something, I might call upon my grandmothers if it's emotional, my grandfathers if it's physical, more businesslike. Guide me where I need to be. Show me where I need to go. Help me with this situation. It's very heartwarming to do it. It lets me figure that I'm not here on my own by myself. I'm going to pick this card, and it says forgiveness. Another element of family, hearth, home, and being in the idea that you may not know all the answers. You may not know how to go from A to B at the time that you're being asked to. Go inward, seek peace. Above all, give yourself a break. Forgive yourself for any misgivings that may or may not have arisen. We can't know all the answers. We can't do all the things. But if we know we've made a misstep, and we know we've done something that perhaps was a little off the charts, we can go inward and say, I need for some forgiveness for speaking harshly, speaking out of turn, making some poor judgments, being a little reckless. Allow yourself to liberate from any judgment by practicing this element of forgiveness. The fairy of forgiveness is giving us a reminder that we are our own worst critic. And we need to learn to forgive ourselves and then accept ourselves. Be gentle with ourselves. When we forgive ourselves, we are more able to forgive other people. Because forgiveness not only frees our soul, but any other people that are involved. The weight of judgment can be heavy. It's a burden. It keeps us stuck. Both physical, mental, emotional. We just stay in the fray of the drama. So release the dramas in your life, my friends. Embrace the family, either the family that you're given or the family that you've chosen. Relish the memories. Allow peace, tranquility, judgment-free to fill your heart, your minds. Yeah, that's it. Done. Let your emotions flow. Forgiveness and lifting and elevating and expanding sometimes brings a well of emotion. Let that emotion flow. Until tomorrow. Bye for now.